What's up, everybody? Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Welcome to the Marriage Shop with Mike and Wendy. I'm Mike.
I'm Wendy.
Yeah, and you're in the Marriage Shop. And typically we start with a little bit of that music, our music, our song, instrumental track. But
Hmm.
um, yeah, y'all won't hear that tonight. We just jumping right on in there. All right. So there it is.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how you
So
doing?
here we are. I'm doing fine. How are you?
hmm I'm good. I'm good. It's been like some day. I mean, some week. It's been a week. It's just been a lot.
Okay.
So yeah. So we just got back from Dallas. And yes, by the way, I am wearing this. Yes, I am. And so I don't want to hear nothing about nothing tonight from nobody. All right, because
Oh my
that's
goodness.
just what it is. Even though it does look somewhat like I'm shirtless with Dallas plastered across my chest.
Not quite. Because I guess if you were really wrinkly
I'd
like
be
a Sharpay,
Yeah,
maybe.
exactly. I was like a big wrinkly man. So,
No, yeah, no. So inspired one. It's been a while. Thanks
what's
for
up?
coming back.
Greetings. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Go.
yeah, it's this time of the year is always a little bit challenging
Mm-hmm.
with travel and events,
Yeah.
and everybody has something going on. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing people post pictures about like three different parties in the same day.
Yeah.
Work parties, home parties, all kinds of
It's
just
too
party, party,
much.
party.
It's too much,
Holiday.
people. It's too much. It's a lot.
It's the most wonderful time of the
It
year.
is. It's most wonderful. So, but we've been having a wonderful time. We had a kind of drop in last weekend. This
Mhm.
weekend we were in Dallas
Yep.
for the BB conference,
Mhm.
and we got a chance to spend some time with the married couples.
Yeah.
Amazing. And it was just good to see everybody there. All the brothers there. It was amazing,
Yeah,
and their
yeah.
wives. So
It was
it was
very
good.
special. I mean,
Yeah.
because last year we shared with them. It was kind of an introduction.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, it's hot.
Oh yeah, it's getting there, ain't it? Huh?
What in the world?
Yeah. Things change quickly around here. It's hot.
Yeah. So,
So
but anyway, we were there. It was an introduction. I mean, these are people that you had known and got, I guess, got to know better over the course of the last several years
yeah,
since about 2020, 2021.
2020, 2020. So yeah,
So yeah, yeah. So so that was good, but it
yeah,
was nice to go back and see people again, right? And
yeah.
so it was more familiar. It was more warm. I don't know. I don't know. It was just good. It was good to see all of y'all.
Wait a minute, Victoria. Long time no see, Victoria. Where have you been though?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
She said
it's
she
been
was
a while.
today years old when she realized we had a single. We do have a single.
That's funny. So
Yeah.
if you check out the Marriage Shop page on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of years ago, it's been a couple of years now, I guess,
Yeah. I mean, it's a good bit of digging you'd have to do. But the single's called Lifetime.
perhaps, or our YouTube channel, which is also the Marriage Shop.
Yep.
It'd probably be easier to find there. But yes, we do. We have a single called Lifetime by Mike and Wendy featuring JC.
It's your boy, JC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So out of Atlanta, dude is, in fact, he has a Christmas song out. Go to It's Your Boy, JC on Instagram. JC, that is in,
Yeah.
as in Justin Crocker. So check that out.
Bring in the fire.
Yeah. That dude's amazing. So
Yeah.
check that out on the gram. And matter of fact, well, actually, that's another announcement. I'm gonna save that. I'm saving an announcement to the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but we had an amazing time in Dallas, in the Dallas area, and we're happy to be back home. And so it's kind of it's a mix of things. There's travel and there's work and there's doing all kinds of. I mean, it's just all. I don't even
Yeah.
know what day it is. Many days after Sunday of every week, I'm kind of like, what day is
What
it?
day is it? You wake up like, oh well, who hit me?
Right.
What are we doing?
It'll be Friday tomorrow. AJ, hey.
AJ, what's up, AJ?
Yes, and Pebbles.
Oh, AJ and Pebbles in the house.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome. And I see Sue Ann Ellison is here as
Hey,
well.
hey. Oh, thank you. You know, every now and then I have a few. I have a Mickey Mouse one, a Raiders. I think I wore the Raiders one last year.
This one is one of my favorites.
Oh, is it?
It is.
It's the cheetah.
I guess it might be the cheetah. I don't know. Maybe it's the cheetah. It's one of my favorites. So
Yeah, but I'm so glad you can join us now.
yeah.
And congratulations on your new job.
Yeah. And where's Maceo, by the way? We got Sue Ann and Maceo, AJ and Pebbles.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a cool movie or something.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
So, one thing that we've never done is we've never done like a top 10 or top 12 Marriage Shop shows like at the year, like an end of year countdown.
Like our?
Yeah. Like our top 12 picks.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to start today because, hey, I love them all. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
it just seems like the right kind of thing to do as you close out one year going into the next. Everybody does
mean-
like the countdown.
Well, we're supposed to be like off for the rest of the year, but we can be on. You know, I'm always down for being on if you want to do a
Yeah.
countdown.
Well, it's going to be challenging next week. So definitely not next week because next Monday is Christmas Day. Just in
Yeah.
case you weren't sure or you lost track of time, Christmas Eve is next Sunday, December 24th, and
Yeah, yeah.
Christmas Day is Monday, December 25th. And we will not, the Marriage Shop will be closed on Christmas Day.
Right. And so y'all know I like to come on no matter what, but not even I'm that crazy, y'all. So
oh my
not
goodness.
doing it. Johnny Foster.
Johnny Foster,
What's
my
up?
goodness.
Welcome to the
From
Marriage Shop,
Mute
sir.
Master.
Yeah.
I know. I'm glad you don't have
Johnny-
control. You would be muting us like every few seconds, I think.
He might try that. I would
Yeah.
imagine. Yeah. So
I love Johnny.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
he's
he's all right.
always full of fun facts, historical facts, always making sure that we are aware, aligned, and woke.
Hilarious.
Yes, just
Yeah,
real
Johnny,
sweet.
man. Yeah,
Love
that's
you,
what's up.
Johnny.
Yeah, well, that heart was like, that was a perfect, you hit that like, bam, that was perfect.
Oh,
All right.
I've been
So-
working on it. Yeah,
funny.
yeah. But hey, DT Jack is here too.
Oh, what's
He
up,
said
fam?
we look sleepy. We should.
You know me, man. Oh, you talking about sleeping. You have no idea. Woo, yeah, we flew out of Dallas yesterday afternoon. Landed last night. We actually landed in Atlanta
Yeah.
this time, so we drove back in. So that was a little bit of a drive. It's funny.
I didn't
Hey,
skip
man.
over you.
Yeah, you
I
kinda-
didn't
you
skip
kinda
over
skipped
you.
over
Did
me.
you
You
know.
kind of did, but it's all good. It's all good, man. You know we love you. All right, so
Well, it was great to meet you in person as well.
Yeah.
You and your beautiful family. So yeah,
So,
yeah. It was good. It was just a good time. It was almost like a homecoming, but not really.
it was it's a homecoming. Like, but everybody ain't coming home. But it's
Right,
like
they're
home moves.
home.
Home is where the heart is. They say, right?
Well, it was great. It was great
So-
spending time with you guys. And when I say guys, I mean all of you, family, men, women. Even some of the babies came out, so it was
He said
good.
It was straight to pops. Hey Daryl, hey, I love you. I love you, man. This one is for you, bro. See,
Well, I see, but in all honesty, it's been a long time since Pops was on, so I wanted to make sure
yeah, it's been like
I
never.
greeted him.
He said a long time.
No,
Okay,
we
I-
hadn't seen him. We didn't interface with him, but he's seen a
Alright.
couple of them.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So anyway, what?
You're
That's
so
how
funny.
it is. It's true. He
Okay.
said he's seen the marriage shot.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I mean, I don't know. I got my questions. I got my. Really? Did you really? What was your favorite one? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
That's all.
So here's what we're gonna do. We won't be on next Monday, but depending on how much you guys contribute, might determine if we're on the next week on New Year's Eve. Is it New Year's Eve?
No, it's New Year's Day.
Oh, it's New Year's Day.
So it
we'll
is-
be recovering.
Yeah, what from moving
Moving.
furniture?
Yeah, we'll be moving.
Yeah.
So we'll be
yeah.
on the road if we decide to do a pop up. But here's what'll help us decide if we're gonna do a pop up.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody that wants us to do a merit shop pop up, just drop it in the comments. Say drop pop up in the
Baby,
in the
you
comments.
need to watch
But
what you asked.
more than that, we want you guys to vote on the top 10. So this means you have some homework. Go through, look at our videos for 2023 only, and let us know what your picks are for the top 10 list. That's all I'm saying. So if y'all can
Interesting.
get that to us, then we might be able to go live on New Year's Day,
That's serious homework.
January 1st, 2024.
That's serious
Yeah,
homework.
that is. I mean, a little bit. I mean,
Okay.
they don't have to pick a whole top 10. You can pick your favorite on the top 10.
I see. So we take it all and we just put it all into the thing. And
Yeah.
the top 10 will emerge.
Yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
that'll work.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, the people are down for that first time doing the live. See,
Oh,
so
huh? What? I could have sworn he said he's seen the marriage
that's
shot.
not what he said. Well, he said he's what? See, it's the nuance, baby. It's the nuance, right?
Oh,
He said he's seen it.
during
he didn't
the
say
live.
he said during the live.
Well, we're glad to have you live.
yeah.
Yes,
So
nuance. Anyway,
this is
so here we are, Mike and Wendy.
yeah. That's it's still Mike
Still,
and Wendy.
It is
ain't going
Monday.
nowhere.
We're in Evans, and that's about it. That's all I know.
It seems like the last few times we've been on the back end of some travel or some I don't know, some sequence of activities.
That's
And
true.
We are
Oh.
energy
All right, Pebbles, I
energy
see you.
challenged.
Energy challenge.
So yeah.
Hey, Shelly, welcome.
Hey, Shelly Wilson.
Energy challenged. No, we are energy depleted. This is not even a challenge. We have lost.
We've lost. Lost what?
We've lost the battle on
Oh
not
no.
being tired.
No, we not. You said we have lost. I had a flashback to Sunday afternoon.
Oh.
Talk about depleted.
Oh my goodness.
Talk about depleted. What in
Not
the world,
even-
man? Can we just
No.
can we please just
No.
throw the red flag? Can we do that? Can we just challenge something? Stop the get call a timeout. You ain't got to throw a flag. It's first half. Can we learn how to block a punt?
Look.
Tell Alexa, be quiet. All right, so look. How about we just
Oh, she said pop up and up. Pop up. Okay.
Okay.
That's two.
but see that's not what see y'all are this was not the question.
Yes, it was.
No, you said you want to do the whole. We'll do it
There's
if they do
two
the
parts,
top. Oh,
right? So
okay.
the first part is drop pop up in the comments
Yeah.
if you want us to do a pop up, and the
Uh-huh.
second half is to do some binge watching. Go
Uh-huh.
through 2023 and
Mhm.
pick your top Merit Shop episodes.
Right on. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. Okay.
yeah. And
Thank
then
you.
we'll shout you out.
Thank you for reeling me back in because I was having a moment. I'm like, can we just block a punt? Like anybody ever played football?
Man, we are not even
Even if
talking
you are not
about
on
the
special
Cowboys
teams,
right
you know how to
now.
block a punt. Like go aim for the dude where the ball gonna be over the dude's toe. What are you doing? You don't just run at him and then do this.
It was a highlight
I'm
reel.
sorry. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
It was really cool
So-
in slow motion, too. It was like the Matrix.
No, he was more like, yeah, I've never. It was not a football movie. I've never seen anything like it. Anyway,
Yeah.
let me stop. I'm gonna stop. AJ does
Oh.
not care. AJ and Pebbles, y'all don't care. And
Wait a minute.
do not mock
Jasmine.
me. Hey,
Where
Jasmine.
are you,
She's at the
Jasmine?
airport.
Which one?
Ours.
Oh, you're still in Augusta? I thought you sure she's not in Atlanta yet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So welcome, Jasmine.
Yes, Jasmine.
Oh,
Welcome.
sorry, I had
She
to
said,
get
I
back.
would love a pop up, but I suggest rest.
Ah, Jasmine. Thank you. Hmm.
Okay, well, we'll see. We appreciate you thinking about us.
5 minutes. 5 minutes, Jasmine.
A 5-minute pop up.
Yeah.
What?
What are we
Countdown?
popping up on? What? Anyway, all right. So
It's a Merit Shop pop up.
right,
5 minutes? What you talking about?
I'm talking about popping up for 5 minutes. What you talking about?
I don't even think we don't even get through the intro in 5 minutes.
I know that's because we got to be focused.
Okay.
Got to be intentional.
Okay.
You get there in 5 minutes.
So if
Yeah.
you guys tell us what you think are your top, however many you want to choose, no more than 10 from 2023,
Mm-hmm.
then we will shout you out and we will post it on the page.
Yeah.
And then that'll be a good way to kick off the beginning. I mean, because I remember like every year they do like the top 100 songs of the year,
Mm-hmm.
all the way down to like the number one song of the year.
That's
so we'll
true.
have to take it down to the number one Merit Shop episode of the year.
Yeah. And we all know in that top 100, 80 of them are trash.
Well, I don't know.
But
It's
all
always
those mashups.
controversial. I'm
It's-
always like, who voted? And how did we come to this?
Yes.
So, oh, they're about to take
Safe
off.
travels, Jasmine.
Oh, yeah. See,
Yeah. Hit
that's
us up
commitment.
when you get to Atlanta.
She's on the plane
Yeah.
texting.
Yeah.
And watching.
She's amazing. So,
Yeah, she is amazing.
Yeah.
We love you, Jasmine. So yeah, so what are we talking about tonight? What did we talk about last week? Were we here last week? Were we? Were we here last week, y'all? Oh,
That's so funny.
Shelly says, I'm with Jasmine. There's no way you're popping up for 5 minutes.
1
1
hour
hour
later.
later.
Stop acting like you know us, Shelly. Stop acting like you know us.
So I always say, yeah, we're
So-
not going to be here long. And then it's like, oh, man, an hour plus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like some of y'all preachers do. I mean, I'm seeing some of y'all
I
preachers be doing
don't
that.
know if we were on
Not gonna be
last
before you
week.
long. Of course we were. She said no. Of course we weren't. I don't know. What was last week? I don't even know.
Oh, we were not on last week. You
Nope,
know
we
why?
weren't.
We were at the airport.
We were at the airport.
It's
We
like
sure
deja vu.
Yeah.
That's right.
hmm
We were taking our amazing nieces to the airport. They were headed back to Virginia last week, following our event. And I gave you an open invitation. We saw Shelly. We saw a whole bunch of our friends last week.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things. I don't know if that's going to be an annual thing. It might be every 2 or every 5 years. What do you think?
I think we'll just answer that question next year and
Okay.
see what it is.
Okay.
'cause-
Well, but we've been talking about doing a Merit Shop live, like not live on Facebook, but like live, right? And so, superheroes and cheerleaders. What does it take? That's good. So that's your vote. Is that your vote for your favorite, or you gotta say like number one or something? But yeah, that was a good one. I like those.
Mhm.
Did we do? We did 2,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good.
Yep.
That was a good one.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so we encourage you to go back and check that one out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sue and Ellison.
Yeah, so we
So-
weren't here last week.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about tonight?
Well, I mean, tonight we're just celebrating. 2023 is coming to a close rapidly, and sometimes you just got to just pause and just be thankful for everything that's been done. And I know we did.
Yeah.
I know we did Thanksgiving thing. Are you thankful for your spouse? And tell us how you're thankful for your spouse. But
Yeah.
but we're just really, we're just thankful for you. We're thankful for the support of people that we see, and many people we don't see. There are folks who'll be like, "Hey, you know what? I follow the Marriage Shop," and I'm like,
Oh,
where you been hiding?" And so they tell me how they hide behind layers of, social media layers or whatever. So I know you're out there.
yeah, yeah.
But
Watching bits or pieces. So you get
oh, yeah,
credit if you
my
watch
background.
even 5 minutes of the Marriage Shop. You get credit for a whole Marriage Shop. I mean, and I
Hmm.
think even when we started this,
Hmm.
and it was inside marriage,
Yeah,
so it's been several years. I mean, like I don't even know how many years we've been doing this
it's
now.
been
But
yeah,
several years, and we're talking about things that are common, that people sometimes think are not common, like it's unique to them, but
yeah,
it happens to be that once you share, you find out that it's common to a lot of people.
yes,
It says real marriage, real talk. And so we've talked about sex, we talked about kids, we talked about being single season, we
hmm,
talked about finances, we've talked about
hmm,
communication, we've
yeah.
talked about
We talked about
sickness and health.
yeah, we talked about mental health. We've
Hmm.
talked about things that we haven't done it in a while though, like those little
Well,
quirky things about your spouse that you love or that are just kind of weird about your spouse. Have we talked about that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we did. Anyway,
Like
so
what?
hey baby, go back to that 7 years. I don't know. You tell me. Yeah, no, but
Okay.
we talked about a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
talked about your role, um, what's required of you as a husband, as a
Mhm.
wife.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So
Yeah.
and so I tend to get a little, I start picking up a little momentum on those,
You do.
and
Going in a little strong on the
I
men.
tend to go in a little strong on the brothers. But really, it is because I'm trying to go in strong on myself, right? Um, I'm trying to go in strong on me. Like
Mm.
it's a constant battle. It's a constant reminder every day. The things that are required of me as a husband. What does it really mean to love you as
Mhm.
Christ loved the church? Like, what does that really mean?
Yeah.
And always digging deeper on that. And you know, one conversation we had, I think one of my favorite conversations. It actually started with my dad and
Oh, yeah.
and one of the deacons at our church on another call, because my suggestion to them was that our marriage was merely a model on how we are to love everybody else,
Yep.
and they were like, "Oh, church stuff, church stuff, church stuff," right? But our marriage is a model for how we to love everybody else,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so yeah, there's a different kind of relationship you have with your spouse. But if you really begin to peel back the layers of what the word is telling us, it's really what it is, right? It's to
Mhm.
love your wife as Christ loved the church.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, you love her in a special way, but yeah, it's an example of how you love everybody. So,
When you said that, everything for me is a soundtrack.
yeah,
So I was hearing DeBarge.
love me in a special way.
Yes.
It's not even one of the best
Well,
Bar
when you
songs.
said love her in a special way, that's what I mean. Yeah.
What more can I say?
Yeah. So
Love me
Sue,
now.
and I love that. So you picked one from like a little ways back, and then picked one that was recent. The tattoos and piercings. Was it? It was tattoos and
It
something else.
it was tattoos and nose rings, and so
Nose ring.
yeah,
Ah,
we
yes.
should actually do a version of that that's not out somewhere in the middle of the ocean. That's a
Yes.
little that's a
Yeah.
little
That's
cleaner. So
yeah. That was a
hey,
good
look for
one.
that tattoos and nose rings part 2. Yeah, coming
Yeah.
coming your way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it
So
kind of evolved, or at least I kind of opened it up to more to include all body modification.
yeah,
Right.
I mean it was a title.
Yeah.
It's a hook, right? It's to
Yeah.
get the attention.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's really interesting because I think there's a deeper story right there, right? I think that there is the I'm grown and you can't tell me what to do conversation.
Yeah, and that's a real conversation
Yeah, it's a real
for a lot of
conversation.
people. I'm grown and you can't tell me what to do.
Right. So that is
So
as it pertains to me, or as it pertains to how we raise the kids, if we have kids together, how we choose to, where we choose to work, how we choose to work. I mean, there are so many different topics you could kind of apply
mhm.
that challenge. I mean, and a lot of couples are challenged with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
true.
you said yeah? Like no? Yeah.
No, I mean they are, and it's not even a challenge. And a lot of people in that position, they just want to win. It's like I want you to get it. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
grown, leave me alone. Let me do what I want to do. Period.
Yeah.
And so it's not, the challenge is this person need to get it together and leave me alone, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so it's a when you look at that kind of conversation, and in particular where we are societally, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Bible. A lot of people have a problem with the way the Bible is worded, and so they will try to reword it or try to ignore it or what have you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in terms of what some of those requirements are,
Yeah.
right? And so you got brothers who, you know, because if we're talking about the this idea of dying to yourself that we talked about a lot, like, loving your wife as Christ loved the church, you giving yourself up for her and loving her first and all that sacrifice.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times what we want first is we want a guarantee that I'm going to invest this sacrifice and it's going to return something,
Mm.
right? And so we want change first, or we want our way first, or whatever. It becomes this
Mm-hmm.
negotiation,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not a negotiation,
Mm.
right? It's just this is the assignment,
Right.
right? And so a lot of people are challenged with that. Like men are challenged with that. In the same way, I think a lot of women are challenged with the idea of submission. Submit to your husband,
Own husband.
your own husband, right,
Yeah.
as unto the Lord. It's just like what?
Yeah,
What?
well, I mean,
No.
that's why context matters. I mean, context matters, and your understanding. There's a follow on discussion that follows those things, right? If you have a challenge with the word and your interpretation of the word, then that means that there's another discussion to be had. Is something ringing? What's happening?
Nothing's happening. Continue. It's buzzing. It's
Oh,
good. Yeah.
okay. And so this whole idea of dying to self, right? I mean, I think that it's not just that men are called to die to themselves daily. We're all called to die to self daily.
That's true. That's true. I'm
It
just saying
sounds
though.
pregnant. I mean, what are you saying? What else?
You say it sounds like I got something. No, I'm just saying, like, I'll say it like this. The proposition is not a 50-50 proposition,
Okay.
right? It's not a give and take proposition. This is the charge,
Mm.
right? Now, if you're able to do that, then there is a return, actually, right?
Okay.
But you don't get to get any guarantee. Like you got to jump off that cliff first. I mean, figuratively speaking.
You got to
know
get
what I'm
out of
saying?
the boat first.
Yeah. You got to get out of the boat. You gotta go first.
Yeah.
That's the chart, and so that is difficult. I will say I believe for a lot of men, and shoot, for me sometimes that's difficult. And a lot of people will say, well, it's not fair and blah, blah, blah. Well,
Yeah.
okay, fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably not, I guess. But I mean,
What?
that Jesus kind of like just died. he just did it. He didn't wait for you to get right,
Yeah.
right? He just did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when we leverage or talk about the word
Mm-hmm.
like that, right?
Yeah.
You have people that say, "Well, I'm not Jesus."
Yes,
right?
they do.
And so
Obviously.
it's an impossible task, right?
Yeah.
And so all of us are, we are found to have fault. We are we are born in sin, right? And it's a struggle from birth to try to walk the narrow way, as they say.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
so
No, go ahead.
what?
No, I was thinking about Keisha, but go ahead.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's doing some amazing things too.
I
Y'all
know.
have
So
to
we-
check out Kiki.
Yeah, tell them how to find her, cause
Yeah, I mean, and it's the narrow way. That's Lakeisha Malden, and she has a book out, a devotional. It's now on. I think it's on UVerse. She's doing just some incredible things.
Right.
That young couple is just on fire for the Lord,
Just
and
out
we're
there
just so proud of them. We're gonna
killing
have to
it.
bring them in here in 2024.
Oh yeah, we in 2024 there are a few new things that we're gonna have for you.
Yeah.
That we think will be amazing. So and some people that we'll be bringing in. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have people say, you know, basically, I'm not Jesus. You also have people that say, but you don't know my husband or you don't know my wife.
Yep.
I mean, you know, that's different if your wife is so and so or your husband is like so and so. Then yeah, then I can die to self. Then I can submit. Then I can, you know. So if your husband is in church and he's godly and he's leading like, you know, like the word says he should, and he is walking in righteousness and he is doing all those things. I mean, those are all qualifiers, right?
but
I mean, it's like it doesn't say if this then that. It just says this, right?
And here's the problem, y'all. Like, because we're always looking left and right, comparison. We're always comparing, and it's like, well, hey, if she was like that, or if he did this, then whatever. And if it was like that person right here, look at him, he's doing what he's supposed to do. Listen, even that dude who is walking in righteousness is at home getting on his wife's nerves sometimes.
Amen.
Even that dude who looks to be like, you know, impeccably dressed and he's saying all the right things, doing all the right things, that cat has some struggles,
Yes.
right? You don't get to see all of that. And that's why looking left and right becomes a problem, because we're constantly comparing, right? And so the funny thing is, if you raised a child, right, we will often caution our children against doing just that, right?
Comparison.
Yeah, run your race,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so I'll simply say, for us, it's about really running our race. It doesn't matter what you think you see elsewhere. What matters is what you have right here
Yeah.
and right now, right? And
Yeah.
so it is about being able, like, dying to yourself is like everything in you is screaming to do, to say, to whatever, right? To repeat that pattern that you probably repeated time and time and time and time again.
Yeah.
But what you probably not tried is not just, I'm going to just bite my tongue, I'm going to hold my peace, I'm going to hold my mule, as some of y'all, my country folks would say. But how about I just discard?
That's old.
It is,
I mean,
it's
that's-
old.
You went way back.
It's
on
old.
that.
I figured, you know, I just go ahead and just appeal to the masses. But
Yeah.
how about not just holding your tongue, biting your tongue, but how about just discarding that thing altogether?
Wow.
Because ultimately, you got to decide, like, your spouse ain't going to get it right all the time.
Nope.
We're talking a little bit about this weekend. They're not going to get it right all the time. In fact, there's probably going to be that thing that pops up on a recurring basis.
Yep.
Right? Over and over again. And it probably gets on your nerves a little bit. You probably talked about it.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
it gets on your nerves a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And
But
oh, go ahead.
what? No,
No, I was just saying that when there's something like that, I
Yeah.
think there's some. It's really important to discern and determine that it's not for lack of effort, right? So we'll say, okay, we have a discussion about something. Say there's something that you do that gets on my nerves,
Yeah.
and we talk about it.
yeah.
I cannot. It's not fair to then have an expectation that instantly things will change, right? Now, with the help of the Holy Spirit, anything is possible, and people can change, things can change. But I will say that most things require some adjustment, some time, some new thinking and some new habit forming, right? So if you've been a certain way your entire life, it is really difficult. So you shouldn't set yourself up to promise that you're going to change, and the other person should not expect that something that you do is going to change. Not instantly, right? I think what's important is that you're having the discussions and that you agree to kind of approach things together. So what do I mean by that? Well, we talk about and we wrote about the fact that I don't cook. And it comes up all the time. Still, people ask, and it's like it never fails. Do you cook? Well, what do you like to cook? What's your favorite dish to cook? Who cooks? Blah, blah, blah. Did you cook last night? I mean, it's always a whole, and it's like, okay. I mean, and so while it was a conversation that started when we were dating, that continued after we got married, that we continued to have over the years, that had to go through a whole transformation and transition,
Yeah.
we still have the question of what's for dinner and what are we going to eat tonight? I mean, it's one of those things that we can have a full expectation that we're going to continue to have conversations around it. And your desire may your expectation may change, your desire might not change. And when those things are not aligned, that can cause some resistance, it can cause some resentment, it can cause some friction. So what am I saying? I'm saying that just because you've had the conversation or you talked about it doesn't mean that it is over, done with, fixed forever, never to be introduced or brought up again. And I think that, we sometimes have that expectation,
Yeah.
right? Some things, it's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible. It is possible. But I would just say that in order for us to be fair to each other and fair to ourselves, you have to, again, grant a little space and grace. Give it some time. Everything is not an instant thing.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing, right? Because no, there's a lot in what you said, and so
Yeah,
I'm just like,
yeah.
okay, what I really want to elaborate on there, and it is this. It is important for us to be able to find a place of joy. Justice Smith says, and it's good to see you in here, Justice.
Yeah. Comparison is the killer of
Comparison
joy.
is the killer of joy, right? There's a lot of things that kill joy, right? And so I think it's important for us to understand how to find contentment in that place where you're not quite where you want to be. Because the truth is, you may not even get to where you want to be.
That's true.
And so it's important to find joy because, all kind of things happen. We have no idea what's going to happen even tomorrow.
Nope.
People become sick, they become injured, whatever, right? I got back problems, major back problems. And I could sit around and be mad like, man, when I was 20, it was great, right? I'm not 20, right?
Yeah,
And so I have to be able to be content where I am and be thankful for what I have
Yeah.
today, like right now, because in an instant, it could all change, right? And what and the grace I'm looking for from God, right, and the forgiveness that He has promised, that I'm trying to accept. Well, I have to be able to also love as He loves and forgive as He forgives,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so that thing, that may never change or it may change slowly or what have you. Can you just be content? Can you have joy today?
Well,
Because-
yeah, go ahead.
I was pausing for dramatic effect.
Oh,
Yeah, let that thing breathe. Just pausing for
Well,
just.
you paused. That was like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I was pausing. I was looking that direction.
Oh,
So for dramatic effect, the moment has passed. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I was going to change it and say,
Yeah.
you said you can have joy. What would you say?
I don't know. I was in a flow. Like right now.
Yeah, you can have joy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a decision.
it is a decision.
Yeah.
It is a decision.
Right.
So,
And if that thing that gets on your nerves so bad, like if it never changes, are you leaving today? Are you leaving ever? Probably not, right? Because if you can leave based on that thing, then I'm just saying, like, experience joy right now. It's interesting because Winnie says she doesn't cook, right? But it's actually not altogether true.
that's true.
It's not, right? And so it's a whole thing, but it's not altogether true. And so, but what she does, like, I wonder if I went about it differently, if it was constantly like, like mad or whatever, would she do the things she does now?
No.
Probably not, right? And so I remember she asked me one time back in the day, and it was a great question. She was like, "So, do you want me to cook or do you want to eat?" It's two very different questions, right? And so, we've been around about that thing, but the bottom
Yeah,
line is,
yeah.
look, you're not going to like you're not the one who created that person. God did.
Yes.
And that person that you married comes to you with an entire life of experiences.
Mm-hmm.
A whole lot of things that shape who they are,
Yeah.
right? And in some ways made them the person that you decided to love for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
As it turns out, it's kind of like getting that car that you didn't order from the factory. It's like, hey, this one is nice, but you know, I don't know if I do. I don't know if I do that color, but you know what? Nah, I think it works.
Yeah.
It's-
Well,
it's
I mean, you know, since you use a
That's
car
jokes, y'all.
and we are in the
It's-
shop,
yeah.
this whole, you know, this
No.
whole idea of um, adjusting to what you have, right? Because I think that what
Go ahead. No,
We-
I didn't. No, that was not. That wasn't that. That wasn't
but
that.
so all of us are seeking acceptance at some level. And if you say I don't need anybody's acceptance, I'm good, and it doesn't matter what anybody thinks about me ever, then congratulations.
You're lying.
Because I think that one of the things that marriage affords you is this acceptance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you get married, when you choose the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with, you don't know everything about them. You don't know, you know what you know, but you don't know it all. And you will never know it all.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah. I mean, and so it's kind of
right.
like, oh, okay, well, I'm marrying you today. We talk about in sickness and in health, till death do us part, for better or for worse. But we don't really, I don't think we really kind of dig deep on that, because generally when it's happening, we are in agreement. We're happy. We're high. We are enjoying each other. We are celebrating our love.
Yeah.
And we're getting married. And then all the other stuff comes out.
Yeah, man.
And as
Oh,
those
yeah.
things come out and you learn more about the person, unlike this, kind of minute to minute society that we're in right now, right? I want it my way. I want it how I want it. I want it when I want it. And there's no exception. It's kind of like, yeah, no, this is not one of those things. This is
Right.
not an instant gratification. That people aren't just instantly everything that you hope they would be, because you yourself are not instantly how you would hope you would be. You know what I mean? What? I'm just saying.
Yes, I know.
Do
what
you know how
I know what
hard
you
it
mean.
is to change a habit?
Oh yeah.
How hard it is to change your diet?
Mm-hmm.
How hard it is to start exercising? How hard it is to do something different? And something
Mm-hmm.
that we've read or seen says if you want to really exercise, how difficult that is, try brushing your teeth with the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, so this whole idea, it's like, oh, I'm not rigid. I'm flexible. But if you try brushing your teeth with the other hand for 30 days straight, I mean, that is challenging.
Yeah.
I still turn on the garbage disposal when I'm trying to turn on the light.
I know, right? It's like I don't want to reach. I'm reaching like no, but I can't help it. It's like that switch just screaming like turn me on, even though you know I'm not gonna work. It's crazy.
You
So-
can't help yourself.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And so here's the thing. And so what you're saying is, and I think you're right, like change is difficult. And oftentimes we want to see change and we try to apply pressure or try to negotiate that change. Here's what I want you to consider. And I'm going to leave you with this, and Wendy, you can tell them.
Okay.
Tell them.
Okay.
But I want you to consider accepting your spouse as they are. No recommendations for how they can improve. No, recommendations for how they need to get a gym routine or what they need to do to get right in some way. What would life be like? How would it feel to just be accepted as the imperfect person that you are? Like, can you give that to another person to accept them? Right?
Yeah.
Because I think if we're able to do that, then ironically, things might change, right?
Mm-hmm.
But maybe the only thing that ever changes is your heart.
Mm. Yeah.
But if it's real, right? So
Yeah.
I think that consider that as we move into deeper into this Christmas season.
Yeah, I think that one other really relevant point to that is self acceptance, right? I think a lot of us struggle with accepting others because there are things about ourselves that we don't accept, right? There a constant um, effort to change or be different or change something that you didn't like or whatever, right? Be something that in your mind you believed you're supposed to be, right? This is what a husband is. This is how a husband's supposed to be. This is what a husband is supposed to do. This is what a wife is. This is how a wife is supposed to look. This is what a wife is supposed to do. And until we see something different, right? And sometimes till we see something different, till we learn something different, until someone shares something different, then we kind of expand or open up the possibilities. But I think that oftentimes it's difficult for us to accept our spouse with all their flaws or their perfect imperfections because we don't accept ourselves. And I think, your capacity to accept your expectations and your ability to love really is rooted in your relationship with God, right? Where you are in time and space in your life, everything that is happening within you impacts and directly, informs, influences, and feeds your relationship with your spouse. And so since we are all a work in progress, our entire lives, we have to be able to accept that so is that other person. And it's not about them trying to get right according to what you say is right. It's
good.
about them becoming, as people say, the best version of themselves, right? So when they're living their best life, maybe there's something about what they finally have done that they are just loving and you hate it. It's like, oh, I always wanted to get a nose ring. This is something I'm gonna do. I am 50 plus. I'm grown. I can do whatever I want. And the other person could be like, that's all fine and everything, but I have to look at you every day. Can we talk about it? Well, no, it's not something we're going to talk about. It's just something I'm going to do. How often do we do that? Like daily, right?
Yeah.
Daily. We're like, I'm just going to do it.
Well,
That's all.
you know what? Okay, I said I was done, but I'm really done after this. Because I was thinking about like that level of acceptance. What does it create? And I think, when you talk about someone kind of not even accepting themselves and constantly working to try to be something or do something or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's rooted in fear, fear of not being good enough, maybe not being good enough for you, maybe not feeling valuable, like residue from the past.
Yeah.
Right. And so what acceptance does is create safety. Right. Safety that I don't, all the things I've been chasing, all the things that I think I'm supposed to do, I don't have to do that. Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm good. And so I'm not just talking either. I'm a read something for you all. When we're able to love our spouse in that way that the Bible prescribes and love them unconditionally, then it changes things. All right.
Yeah.
And so let me pull this up for you all real quick because I just had it
You got it?
this weekend. It's going to be, I think it's 1 John. I think it's chapter 4.
Yeah, I think
So
that's what you pulled.
is that what I pulled? So if I can just get to it, because now, okay, there we go. It's,
Okay.
You don't want me to get there. I'm getting there, y'all, because
Yeah, well,
this is important. Go ahead.
let me know when you get there.
I'm almost there.
Okay. I was just gonna say it reminds me of something that I saw.
Mhm.
It's not new. Go ahead.
Okay, so it is 1 John 4, the verse is 18.
Mm-hmm.
There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear. For fear has to do with punishment, and whoever fears has not been perfected in love. So this is the verse right before the word tells us that we love because he first loved us. All right. And so that's why I say, man, it's like you can love your wife like Christ loved the church. Well, you got to go first. But this idea of love, that applies to everybody. Like perfect love casts out fear. Think about it, right? If I know that I'm good with you,
Mm-hmm.
there is no fear. And I can stop trying to chase and be whatever I was trying to be and be who I was born and purposed to be.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
Yeah, say that again. You can stop trying to be.
yeah, I can stop trying to be whoever I was trying to be, right? And be who I was purposed to be when the fear is gone,
Yeah.
right? Love does that. So,
Yeah,
That's
yeah. That's really good. I mean, I think that, this whole idea of chasing perfection or trying to become something that we're not. I mean, we're not talking about self-improvement. But we're talking about, if you have a deep down insecurity or a deep down, whether it's a fear or just a desire, right, to be and do something different because you believe that will increase your value or increase the possibility that you'll be accepted. Each of us really, I mean, what an amazing gift it would be if you knew that no matter what you did or how you did it, you would be accepted. And I think while that sounds good, it's not necessarily everyone's reality, right?
No, right.
And so I think this weekend, we had an exchange. We were talking about singing,
Yeah.
and I was saying, yeah, and you were like, well, I'm not, I'm making a concerted effort not to turn the station if you're singing a song, you're digging the song. And I'm like, yeah, I said, but that's not really the issue that I had. The issue that I had was when you turn the volume up if I'm singing, right? And you're like, well, you turning the volume up when I'm singing you were not sending the message that you were trying to drown me out
No.
because I'm singing off key.
Right.
But that's partially what I was receiving. I think it's the truth. I mean, that can apply to a lot of people in a lot of different ways, right? It's like, this isn't what you said, but based on what I interpreted, how I interpreted what you did, I have my own story that I'm telling myself, right? My own narrative going. So then I might not sing around you. And so then, but you came back around after you clarified that, and you're like, no, you're not. Sing, blah, blah. And so then I'm singing, and you're like, yeah, it seems like you were singing with a little bit more freedom.
That's what I was. That's the story I was telling myself because I didn't even know that was a thing. But I'm like, nah, what are you talking about? I turned it up because I'm like, oh, she likes this one. Let's go ahead and turn that up a notch. And so the next day you were going for it. I'm like, wow, she really going there.
Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing, and if I'm being 100% honest, when I'm by myself, right, how I dance or how I sing or how I move is different than when I'm around anyone else, even you. If I'm being honest, right?
Yep.
And so there's a way that I am, but when I'm by myself and it's just me, I'm free. There's no judgment. There's no shame. There's no fear. There's nothing. I'm just free to move and be. And have two little dogs follow me everywhere, everywhere that I go. Which there's some freedom and there's some validation in that. How amazing would it be to be able to move and get to a place where we are completely free to be exactly who we are.
Yeah.
And so you might say, well, you are free. You do it. It's just
no.
like,
I might say no. How do we get to that place?
yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. How do
That's
you
what-
get to that place?
Yeah.
Well, that's why we were kind of talking about it, right? I don't have it all figured out just yet. I'm kind of thinking and talking at the same time. But you have to take chances, right? There has to be small incremental chances. You take the chance, you get the positive feedback that encourages you to do and take a little bit more of a chance. You first have to love and accept yourself before anybody else can love and accept you. That's something that we tell our children,
Yeah.
but is it something that we actually live, right?
Mhm.
Are you being honest with your spouse about your insecurities or the
Yeah.
things that you doubt about yourself?
Yeah.
You could start there, right? Write those things down and confront them. Take ownership of them. Or as I often say, hold them captive so that those things are not holding you captive.
Yeah.
All of those things are steps and ways that you can start to be able to get to that place because confidence is beautiful and freedom is beautiful.
Yeah.
And so when you see somebody who is confident and free, it's like, wow, what is it about that person? How is it that, they are that confident with whatever they have going on? You want some of that, right?
Yeah.
But there's freedom in Christ. And I think that, I talked about you impacting my smile, but that my joy comes from the Lord. I think that is the other piece, right? We have to be rooted and grounded. We have to know that we know, as people say. You have to work on that relationship because who you are and how you feel about who you are and your acceptance has to be rooted in who God says you are, not in who you say you are.
Oh. Yeah. That part. Right. Yeah, I mean, that's good because, that freedom that you talk about, if you understand who you are in God, like that freedom kind of extends beyond your private spaces, and all of a sudden you become somewhat more who you are
Yeah.
in any space.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, right? Because you're not worried about the approval of men, right? But is there a way that we can model that? Because I'm serious. I want to know,
Yeah.
how do we get to the place where you can dance free? Because I'm like, oh snap, what's that free? What the free dance look like? I mean,
Yeah.
that didn't sound right, but
Yeah.
y'all know what I'm saying. Like, what does it look like when you're like totally just unencumbered and free and
Yeah.
singing and whatever, right? What does that look like? And because I love to see like joy in your face,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so how do we create that? Johnny put, acceptance versus approval,
Yeah,
right?
that's good.
One is just open, like whatever it is, I'll take it. Approval is like a checklist, like yeah, nah, because with approval there could be disapproval, right?
Yep.
So it's not about an approval process. Yeah, it's about acceptance. Justice says he can't wait till we have a competition for married couples to win a free vacation. You do not want to go on vacation with us, man.
No, you don't.
You'll be bored. You'll
So
be really
bored.
But would anybody want that? I don't know. Who would want that?
Maybe we should do a cruise.
Oh no, not a cruise. Not a cruise.
We're taking a marriage shop on a cruise.
We're taking a marriage shop somewhere, but I don't know if we're taking it on a cruise, y'all. Just pump your brakes. Y'all pump your brakes. We may go about the mountains. Not a cruise. They are. The cruise is fraught with all kind of potential
because
issues.
I think even with that, whether it is a conference, a cruise, a retreat, a weekend, or whatever, an intensive, right? In order for us to really kind of get to the place where we heal, we have to get through the hurt. And I think that, people have expectations like, oh, if we go to this conference, if we go on vacation, if we do whatever, that's going to kind of present itself as kind of a salve, or it's going to smooth things over, and it's going to make it, being there is going to make it something that we couldn't make it at home. I think if you can figure out how to make it that at home, then it doesn't matter where you are. You don't have to go somewhere seeking it.
But we're gonna do something so they can go and seek it. So
no, I'm just saying. But my point was having to dig deeper, right?
Yes.
It is, if we have to really consider the conversations we're having with ourselves about ourselves, we have to really consider if we're digging in deep just because we're out of spite, just because we're trying to prove somebody else wrong. What is motivating you to be who you are and to do what you do? And how does that line up with how you've empowered your spouse, right? So it's not a competition. If I'm giving you the ammunition to help build me up, then I'm empowering you, which in turn helps me to be more of what I'm trying to be. If I'm hiding from you or I'm not empowering you, then I'm also providing you with ammunition to maybe work against the things, right? And so I think that, we talk about giving you conversation starters and just giving you something to think about as we close out this year. I mean, it's always a time to kind of reflect. Start inside out, right? What does your vertical relationship with Christ look like? And where are you trying to grow? What areas are you trying to grow in? What ways are you trying to be better yourself, and what ways are you trying to be better in your relationship?
Yeah.
All of those things, a great time to start looking at that. Oh, Shelly says, cruise, cruise, cruise. On another note, it may be that we begin to celebrate our spouse as they are not, just accept them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
To celebrate. I
Yes.
love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that it is a good time to just kind of be reflecting on those things and to really, it's to really challenge ourselves. Because we love to challenge other people about what they have to do,
Oh, yeah.
right? But are we able to challenge ourselves and to get to a place where we can love and celebrate, accept, and welcome, that person in, right? Because that is exactly the promise for us. We don't even have to
Yes.
be perfect to be accepted by Christ,
Nope.
right? We have to accept him, right? It doesn't mean we don't try. We're not trying to be better, but we are seeking a perfection that we will never accomplish
Yes.
on this earth. It's not necessary, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So perfection can't be necessary in your house either. That's all I'm saying. We got to get out of here. We going long, and it's we got to close this thing out. So,
Yeah, yeah.
all right.
So thank you for being with us this past year, 2023, and perhaps you were with us in 2022, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, and 16. But we just appreciate you. Mike started out at the beginning of the hour talking about our true appreciation for you, and from time to time, I'll say we appreciate you so much. We appreciate your support. We appreciate your prayers. We appreciate you guys just showing up. Whether you're just listening to us while you're cooking dinner or decorating or doing whatever, have us on in the car or have us on the big screen, which that was kind of different when a couple of people shared that with us. Because I never imagined being on somebody's big screen.
Right.
But that's pretty cool. But we truly are deeply, deeply appreciative. When they say when you're ministering to others, you're ministering to yourself first. And so this really gives us the opportunity to pause and to focus on marriage, but also our marriage, not just marriage in general. The marriage shop with Mike and Wendy is you guys coming into the shop with us as we work this thing out. So we appreciate you. We hope that you continue to join us in 2024. And if you came on a little bit late, I launched a challenge out there. So the first thing you have to do is tell us if you want us to do a pop-up on New Year's Day, January 1st, 2024. And the next thing you need to do is tell us what your favorite topic or episode was. That means you have some homework. You got to look back all over 2023 and tell us which one we did best.
Man, y'all don't listen to Wendy. That New Year's Day pop up, that she's gonna be like, whatever, you gonna be all right. You better pop up and go get you some black eyed peas and some whatever else you do on New Year's Eve. New Year's Day. But anywho.
Yeah, but it's our continued hope and prayer that that you continue to grow in Christ, and as you continue to grow in Christ, that you continue to grow closer together in your marriage or your long-term committed relationship, or in any relationship that you have with the people that are closest to you that you love. And so thank you again for that. So another ask. So a couple of things. I know we got to wrap it up.
We-
It's the last one, so I can go a little bit long.
This-
Couple of things. We're going to be at a retreat in January, trying to learn how to be and continue to improve ourselves with family life.
Yeah.
We will be speaking at the Weekend to Remember in Norfolk, Virginia.
It sounds like you said I'm speaking at the weekend.
We.
Yeah, you said we would be in it. Anyway, go ahead.
We
yes.
will be speaking.
At Norfolk. That's right. VA. We coming, baby.
We're coming to Virginia. That's
757.
in February. I think it's the weekend of the 28th, which is your birthday.
Yes, it is.
So we are really, really excited about that. There's something about going home that just makes it extra special.
Yeah. I always wear Timberlands when I go home.
Yeah, no, I have some Timberlands to wear
I love
with
it.
with you.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then the other thing is, this year we are 2024 we will be dancing, and so we are dancing stars of Augusta. We are the stars. We're not the pros. To support Alzheimer's, the Alzheimer's Association. Alzheimer's is something that I don't think there's anyone alive today that has not been affected in some way by Alzheimer's, and we certainly have. And so we are raising. It's a fundraiser. We're raising money for awareness of Alzheimer's, and eventually a cure, if a cure can be found. So if you want to support us in that way, we will also post a little something on our page that you can contribute. And we just appreciate any way that you might want to support us going forward in the future.
But we actually dancing, y'all. I mean, like
We are
lessons.
dancing.
So
Yeah.
that's gonna be May 4th.
May. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So hey, get your tickets. We might mess around and win this
or
thing.
get a table. Yeah.
Cause don't let the smooth taste fool you now. I mean, we shoot, come on. We
Oh,
we go out
thank
go and
you,
win this
Robert
thing.
Harrell. He said this one
Oh,
is a top 10.
thank you,
Oh,
man.
that's so sweet.
Appreciate
So we
you, brother.
appreciate y'all. You know, pray
All
us
right.
out for the year.
All right, y'all. We gonna pray. Y'all pray with us. Heavenly Father, we come to you just thanking you this evening. Just thank you for being God, for your majesty, guys. Just how you bless us in such amazing ways every day. We just thank you for the time that we spend here. We thank you for everyone watching, everyone listening, God. We ask that you bless their homes, bless their families, bless their marriages, God. Give them marriages that are an example to the world of your love for us. God, help us to be your example here on earth, on how we love and show grace and forgive. Help us to accept each other as spouses every day in the way that you accept us every day. And we'll be sure to give you all the honor, all the glory, and all the praise. We thank you, God. We love you. We pray these and all blessings in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, so usually I say until next week, have a blessed week, but I think this time it's until next year. Be blessed.
Yeah. We'll see y'all in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
All right. Peace, y'all.
All right.
Hey, no music tonight, but we do have a single. Go check it out. It is Lifetime by Mike and Wendy featuring JC.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can just close it out tonight. Just,
It's available wherever you get music
Wherever
or
you get
stream music. Yeah. And you can even use it on your stories on Facebook or Instagram. You
Use
can
it
choose
on
it
your
as that
stories.
music.
It's in there. Come on now.
Yes. So we love you guys, and
y'all.
we hope to see you soon.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, you know what?
No music.
No music. I don't know what to do without music. Peace.